What if I told you that two ships disappeared into the Arctic ice, vanishing without a trace? This is the chilling tale of Franklin's lost expedition. Two vessels, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, set sail with an objective that would ultimately remain unfulfilled. Their fate, a mystery that has puzzled historians for centuries, cloaked in the icy silence of the frozen north. So, are you ready to embark on this chilling journey? Join us as we delve into the icy depths of this age-old mystery. The year was 1845 when Sir John Franklin set sail from England, embarking on a journey that would become one of history's greatest enigmas. With an air of excitement and anticipation, the crew of 129 men boarded the two robust ships, Erebus and Terror. Laden with 3 years' worth of provisions, these vessels were not just ships but floating fortresses equipped to withstand the harsh Arctic conditions. The mission was clear yet daunting. The men were to navigate the last uncharted section of the Northwest Passage. This coveted sea route through the Arctic Ocean, connecting the Atlantic to the Pacific, had eluded explorers for centuries. With the backing of the British Admiralty, Franklin and his men were confident of their success. The ships were laden with enough canned food, scientific instruments, a library of 1,000 books, and even a pet monkey for company. The departure was a grand spectacle, the docks brimming with well-wishers waving their handkerchiefs, the air filled with the deafening cheer of Godspeed. Onlookers marveled at the strength of the ships, the determination of the crew, and the audacity of their mission. As the ships disappeared over the horizon, the crowd erupted into applause, believing they'd witnessed the beginning of a historic journey. But what was supposed to be a voyage of discovery and glory soon turned into a tragic mystery. The ships, designed to resist the ice's crushing grip, were lost in the Arctic's icy wilderness. The men, prepared to face the harshest of conditions, disappeared without a trace. The Northwest Passage, expected to reveal its secrets, swallowed the expedition whole. The British Admiralty waited, the public prayed, and the families hoped. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. But the Arctic kept its secret, and the men never returned. The Erebus and Terror, once symbols of hope and adventure, became ghost ships sailing in the annals of history. Little did they know, they were sailing into the pages of a chilling history book. The beginning of their end had been marked, and the Franklin expedition had etched its name into the icy tomb of the Arctic. The Arctic, a vast expanse of icy wilderness, was the last known location of the Franklin expedition. This frosty frontier, a realm of white and blue, was the final reported haven of Captain Sir John Franklin and his brave crew of explorers. Their mission? To chart the fabled Northwest Passage, a direct route from the Atlantic to the Pacific through the Arctic archipelago. As the days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, the expedition pressed further into the unknown. They sailed their ships, HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, through iceberg-laden waters, under the ethereal glow of the northern lights. The ships were last seen by European whalers moored to an iceberg in Baffin Bay, waiting for the ice to clear, so they could continue their journey westward. Imagine, if you will, the harsh conditions these men would have faced. The Arctic is not a forgiving place. It's a land where the sun disappears for months on end, plunging the world into an everlasting night. The cold there isn't just bitter, it's bone-chilling, soul-crushing, a cold that can freeze a man's heart in his chest. Food and fresh water would have been scarce. The men would have had to rely on dwindling supplies and whatever they could hunt or fish. Yet the Arctic waters are treacherous and the land is barren, offering little in the way of sustenance. Scurvy, a disease caused by a lack of vitamin C, would have been a constant threat, adding to their suffering. The isolation, too, would have been unbearable. Surrounded by nothing but ice and snow, the crew would have felt the crushing weight of loneliness. The only sounds? The creaking of the ship, the howling of the wind, and the distant calls of Arctic birds. And then the ice came. It started slowly, creeping up around the ships, encasing them in a frozen prison. There was no escape. As the Arctic winter set in, the ships and their crew were swallowed by the ice. The last vestige of humanity in this desolate place was extinguished, leaving only silence and a mystery that would captivate the world for centuries to come. The world waited anxiously for news, but the silence from the Arctic was deafening. As months turned into years, hope dwindled and the world was forced to face the harsh truth. The Franklin expedition was lost. In the wake of this profound silence, An unprecedented wave of search missions was launched. Bold explorers and daring seafarers ventured into the icy wilderness, their hearts filled with a desperate hope to find the lost expedition. The British Admiralty, Lady Franklin herself, and even the United States sent out rescue missions, but the Arctic, in its cruel indifference, yielded no answers. Each expedition, however, was not without its discoveries. A cairn on Beechey Island, a desolate outpost in the Canadian Arctic archipelago, bore the first tangible signs of Franklin's men. 3 graves, meticulously marked, stood as solemn sentinels against the Arctic wind. They were the graves of John Torrington, William Braine, and John Hartnell, sailors of the doomed expedition, their final resting place a chilling testimony to the harsh Arctic conditions. Further search efforts stumbled upon more eerie remnants. Abandoned equipment, personal items, and even a handwritten note left by the Franklin crew were found, each artifact a piece of a perplexing puzzle. The note, dated April 1848, revealed that the ships had been deserted and 24 men had already perished, including Sir John Franklin himself. Yet these findings only deepened the mystery. Why did the crew abandon their ships? How did they end up on King William Island, far off their intended route? The note, while revealing, left more questions than answers. Stories from local Inuit communities spoke of strange men wandering aimlessly, their bodies thin and their minds delirious. These tales, while dismissed by many at the time, added another layer to the enigma, hinting at a grim struggle for survival against the Arctic's relentless forces. Despite the countless search efforts, the fate of the Franklin expedition remained shrouded in mystery. Each attempt to peel back the icy veil only seemed to reveal more questions, turning the lost Franklin expedition into one of history's most chilling and captivating puzzles. Over the years, fragments of information have surfaced, painting a grim picture of the expedition's final days. As if piecing together an intricate jigsaw puzzle, historians, archaeologists, and scientists have been laboriously trying to construct the story from these disparate elements. Among the chilling discoveries were the bodies of 3 crew members, found on Beechey Island. Frozen in time, their remains provided a wealth of information. Autopsies revealed traces of lead, suggesting lead poisoning from the expedition's canned food supply may have played a role in their demise. But the story doesn't end there. In King William Island, a note was found tucked securely in a cairn. It spoke of initial success, but also of the ice trapping their ships and the death of Sir John Franklin. It was a poignant testament to their struggle against the harsh Arctic conditions. Many theories have been proposed to explain the crew's fate. Some point to scurvy and starvation, while others suggest they may have resorted to cannibalism in their desperate fight for survival. And then there's the Inuit testimony, oral histories that speak of strange men dying slow deaths in a cold white world. But the mystery deepens. Recent discoveries of the expedition's 2 ships, the HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, have added more pieces to the puzzle. Found remarkably intact, they suggest the men may have tried to live on board even after the ships were locked in ice. Yet despite these clues, the full picture remains elusive. Did the crew try to march south in a desperate attempt to reach civilization? Did they fall victim to their own ill-preparedness, or were they undone by the unforgiving Arctic environment? These questions continue to stir debate and fuel exploration, and as we uncover more fragments of their story, we inch closer to understanding the final days of Franklin and his crew. The puzzle of the Franklin expedition is still being pieced together even today. The story of the Franklin expedition continues to captivate us, but why? Perhaps it's the allure of the unknown, the haunting tale of a crew that set sail with the promise of discovery, only to vanish into the icy wilderness. The Franklin expedition was more than just a journey, it was a testament to the human spirit, to our relentless pursuit of knowledge, even in the face of insurmountable odds. The legacy of the Franklin expedition extends far beyond the tragic fate of its crew. It sparked a renewed interest in Arctic exploration, inspiring generations of adventurers to venture into the icy wilderness. It challenged our understanding of the world, pushing us to question, to seek, to explore. It's a story that resonates with us, a reminder of our innate curiosity and our boundless capacity for resilience. Even in its failure, the Franklin expedition has left an indelible mark on history. It's a story that's been immortalized in books, films, and songs, a cultural phenomenon that continues to captivate audiences around the world. It's a testament to our fascination with the unknown, our collective obsession with the mysteries that lie beyond the horizon. The ghostly ships of the Franklin expedition may have disappeared into the Arctic ice, but their story continues to echo through time. It's a tale that has transcended the annals of history, becoming a part of our cultural fabric, a symbol of our enduring spirit of discovery.